Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I could do an in-depth review because I have some friends that don't have this yet, and I thought it'd be a good idea to do an in-depth review on the Jaclyn Hill palette. I have the old one. I don't have the new one, so I don't have shade names or anything. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go over this because I do have friends that are still debating on this palette right here. So I thought I could do an in-depth review and try to help them out. Maybe make a decision if they want to get it or not. So, of course, once again, if you see this outfit, it's because I'm filming more than one video in one day. Because I'm not going to keep switching it up and dirtying clothes. So, for the most part, if you are a shimmer lover, a glitter lover, or a matte lover, there's a little bit of everything in here for everybody. So of course, you've seen this palette thousands of times. You have neutrals, you have warms, you have your pops of color. Over here, I classify these as some pops of color, especially for the glitters and things. But for the most part, these are, they're creamy, they're buttery, they blend like a dream. Definitely, this was my first Morphe palette ever, and I really liked. I did have the 25A and 25B, I believe it was. They're okay. Not my favorite, they're okay. But this, I love this. So I thought I could swatch some colors. These pops of colors over here, like especially these blues and this green, I love them. This is like to die for. So I thought we could, and I don't know any of the names, so like that's my bad. I don't know any of these names, but I thought we could go ahead and just get to swatching some of these before I run out of daylight. And there's no mirror, so yeah. Starting in that very top corner, and then I just went up. That's the first row. I love this shade, and this one, and this one. Those are my favorites. Okay. And then we'll do the next row, which we just did this row, so we're going to go up to this row right here. And I'm going to swatch all those for you guys. And her mattes are very buttery. I don't really experience any kick up, fallout, none of that really at all. I love this palette. I have used this palette for like almost 2 months straight. Like I've used it a lot. Now, some of her mattes I did find were like a little gritty. They got a texture to them, but they still blend really well. So I wasn't too mad about that. And then, of course, I'm going to show you guys real quick. These three and these two so far, and I know that this one too, are like butter. Legitly like butter. So here's that second row. I love this color. But here's the second row. I might have to switch the other hand because this hand might start not liking all this. And I'm trying to not stain it, but this third row might stain my hand a little bit. Alright, so then we're going to go on to this row right here. And these, like I said, the glitter shimmer shades are just real buttery. So that's really awesome because they just glide and you really don't. I do have some looks on my Instagram if you check it out, where I've used this palette, and you really need no Fix Plus. You don't have to wet your brush for any of these colors. Like, that's what I'm loving about her glitters. You don't have to wet the brush. So do the last 3. Got too much on there. So here's that 3rd row. And like this one and this one and this one and this one, like, oh, I love them. There's the 3rd row. Get out another wipe. Yeah, now my hand's starting to get stained. So I'm going to try not to stain it too much. And blow off any fuzz I have. We're going to go to this row next. And then this will be the last row we do, but we're going to do this row next right here. And the one thing I have noticed is that like royal blue looking shade you think is going to be royal blue, and it's not. Like, you'll see what I mean, but it's not like a royal blue like you think it might be. Which if you watch the review on if you've watched other reviews on this palette, you'll know. But there's only a few shades in this palette, like I said, that they feel like gritty to the touch, which the Jeffree Star palette had one shade that was like that. So I think it's all depends on like how it's made, but it had like just a little bit of grit. I myself have not noticed it affecting how the shadow goes on, but just saying. Okay, so here's all those shades, and here's the one that I said looks like a royal blue, but it doesn't. The camera's kind of picking up as a blue, but it's kind of like a purple. But there's all those, and that is that shade right there. Like, it looks like a royal, and it's not. It's like a purple, but it's really, really pretty. And I know not a lot of people, there's not a lot of hype now behind this palette, like people wanting to still get it and things like that, but I do have a couple friends that are looking to buy makeup at an affordable price, and I suggested this palette, and that way they can check this out and see if it's something that they really, really want. And if you're still undecisive because you're afraid that maybe like people that have more subscribers are talking it up, I'm just a little person, like just little me. So the last row we're going to go over, which has some of my favorites in it, is this last row. And this one are like two of my favorite colors. So this isn't something you're into, or for me, this is a palette you would get if you want a little bit of color, but you're more of a neutral kind of girl, but you might have those days where you're like, I could go for some color. This would be like the perfect palette. Just because it has just those little few shades of color, and then the rest of it's like warms and neutrals. So it is a warm palette, but it does have some neutrals, and you never know, you might fall in love with warm colors. I don't know. Alright, so you ready? Because this is like my two favorite colors out of the whole palette, and I have done an eye look with them, and I can't help it. This one and this one are like my two favorite colors. I love these. But there's that last row. This one looks a little chalky right here because I put too much on, but there's the last. Like, that blue, I love the blue. So from me doing this, I know this one, this one, this one, and this one have a little bit of that grit I was telling you guys about. But I've never had a blending problem with them, but they do have a bit of a grit. And like I said, I can't tell you any of the shade names because I don't know them. Let me angle this down just a little bit more. There you guys go. So, But this one and this one, these two are my favorites. This is a beautiful inner corner and brow highlight along with this one. I use the majority of these right here as my matte looks. These are like it. I love these all over the lid. This is a beautiful all over the lid. This is, and this is. Now, when it comes to these darker shades up here, I haven't used that much of them, but I do really enjoy this palette. For the majority of them, all the shades that are like shimmer, this one, these, and those are like butter. Like, they just glide so wonderfully. So yeah, that is a full in-depth review of the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. If you do get it, I know now, I think they finally got all this old stock out, so you'll get the newer stock that has the shade names on the back, because I just don't know any of the shade names. I'm really sorry, you guys. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Hit the little bell notification thing so you know when I upload. Check out me on my social medias. I'm mainly on Instagram, and I do have Twitter. And yeah, till next time, guys. Bye.